Hello, my name is Martin. I'm with the Govern Security Policies group, and in this video I would like to show you a proof of concept that we've built for pipeline execution policies. Pipeline execution policy is a new type of security policy that allows users to run generic CI jobs or scripts in the pipeline. So quickly I will show you some of the requirements that we have here uh, to explain what we are trying to achieve. Um, so basically, we should support injecting jobs directly into the target projects. We should be able to do so even if there is no existing CI configuration in the project. We want to do it in a way that cannot be circumvented and doesn't require any stages alignment. Um, the job variables that are defined in these policies should be enforced, and it shouldn't be possible to override them. And there should be a way of handling workflow rules so that it works exactly in the same way as for the main CI in the project. For this demo, I created a group which has a group policy. Um, And here we can see a definition of 3 jobs that we want to run as part of this group policy and some workflow rules that we will get to later. In this group, we have a test project. Here we can see that this project inherits from the group policy and also defines its own policy on the project level. In this policy, we also see some jobs that we want to run in various stages, and we also see a stages definition. Um, with these stages, we are basically merging them into the main pipeline on best effort basis. So we try to cross-reference the stages from the project pipeline and merge them in expected order. Um, this basically means we want to ensure that lint and pre-build run before build, and after test we want to run these 2 other stages. Uh, in addition to this, we have also reserved stages which are guaranteed to run in certain order, and we will get to this later. So let's have a look at the pipeline editor. Um, this is the project CI that we have, and if we go to validate, we will see that in addition to these 3 jobs that were listed in the project CI, we see also some other jobs that come from the policies, and all the jobs that come from the policies have a suffix based on the policy index. So the jobs with the same suffix belong to the same policy. Um, and yeah, we can have a look at the pipeline when we run it. So we can see the stages and the jobs that come from the policies. So the project policy has the index 0 here, the group policy has index 1, and the jobs that were defined as part of the project CI don't have this suffix. We can let it run, and here we can have a look at the output of the project of the jobs, um, and now the pipeline is finished. So let's have a look at some other scenarios. I mentioned reserved stages. These are stages that can be only used by pipeline execution policies and cannot be used from the projects. We have pipeline policy pre, which runs at the beginning of the pipeline, pipeline policy post, which runs as the last stage, and then we have a test which runs after test stage in the project. If for some reason there is no test stage, it runs after build, and if there is no build, it runs after pre. So there is guaranteed order of these stages. And if we try uh, to use some of these reserve stages from the project, we see that this is not possible because it doesn't exist. And even if we try to uh, use it and define it explicitly, we see an error that the stage is restricted, so we cannot use it. But we can still run the pipeline, and when we do so, we should see the jobs in these restricted stages. And this job comes from the project because it doesn't have the suffix, and the other jobs come from group and project level policies. Now let's have a look at another scenario. So in this project we don't have any CI configuration, but we have some policy, so we should be able to just run the pipeline and it runs only the policy jobs. Okay, another use case is we can have a we have a default CI configuration in the project, and in our policy we reference another project that we have. In this case, it's a compliance project, and we say as part of this policy we want to execute the pipeline compliance YAML. Pipeline compliance YAML defines these jobs, plus it includes a secret detection scanner as part of the CA. So if we go to pipelines, we can run it. And here we see that it injected all the jobs, and we have also the secret detection job here, and also all the project jobs. Now let's have a look at variables. In this example, I have a policy which defines certain variables, and because the pipeline execution policies are built in isolation from the main project pipeline, these policies shouldn't leak to the project pipeline and should only be available from the policy jobs. We have a test job here which displays the values of these variables, and in the project CI we define project variable, and we also display the values to test it. I also added these CI variables here in the settings to make sure that we cannot override the ones that come from the policies. So basically this value shouldn't be taken in the policy jobs, but it should be taken in the project CI jobs. So let's try to run a pipeline. Okay, so we have to let it finish. Here we can see an example where a job started before the whole build stage finished because it defined needs for only this job. So this is also respected with the policies. Okay, and now if we have a look at this project job, we see that this is an override from the project settings, and the project variable state here. It wasn't overridden, but if we have a look at policy job, this one, we have a variable that should be only in the policy jobs, which is defined here. And we also have our other variable that didn't leak into the project pipeline and stayed in the context of the policy job. Now let's have a look at workflow rules. Workflow rules allow us to define conditions when we want to run certain jobs and when we want to skip them. So we could use it, for example, if we want to enforce certain jobs only on protected branches, only on some set of branches, and so on. And in this example, we define a condition. If the commit message is no CI, then we don't run this. Otherwise, we run it always. And for the policy, we have a condition with commit message no policy when we don't run the jobs. Otherwise, we run them. So we can quickly test it. Let's head to the project. Let's open README, update it, and open a merge request. If we have a look at pipelines, we see one for the merge request and one for the branch. And we can see that project job is included as well as the other two policy, the other jobs from the two policies. Now let's make another commit. So in this case, we commit with the message no CI. So we expect only the policy jobs to run. Let's have a look at the merge request. And after we refresh, we see that the project CI job is excluded here. The same goes for the merge request pipeline. Now let's make another commit, no policy. So now we should see another two pipelines. And in this case, there is only the project job. Okay, last but not least, there is a way how to define a strategy for the policy. So by default, we do inject. So we take the jobs from the policy and we inject them into the project pipeline. But we can define a policy with strategy override, which basically means that we don't want to run any of the project jobs in the pipeline and we only run the policy pipeline. So we can quickly test it. This is the project CI YAML, and we expect that none of these jobs will be in the pipeline. Yep, and as you can see, there are only policy jobs. Looking at the suffix and the jobs defined in the project are not included. Yep, that was everything I wanted to show. Thank you for watching.